We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Jay. Jay is in the process of upgrading his theater audio as his tired old Yamaha home theater in a box system isn't making him happy anymore. He should have never made you happy. Okay, I'm sorry. For his new subwoofer, I'm sure it made it.
They're
happy
okay.
too.
The Yamaha home theater boxes as a starting point are very okay.
I like the Onkyo ones. They're very
Sure.
okay as well. I like the Onkyo ones too. I very rarely say anything nice about Onkyo anymore these days, but I still stand behind their home theater and boxes are a good starting point. For the new subwoofer, he's looking at in the $800 range, primarily at SVS PC2000 and the HSU VTF3 Mark V. With his house's open floor plan, he has 11,200 cubic feet of space to contend with, so it's unlikely either of these are even approaching enough output. Boy, ain't that an understatement. But he'd like to do the best he can. What do we suggest?
Yeah. So,
Save your money. Save your money.
Of...
Save your money and up your budget, because $800. There's literally no options that I can think of that aren't so heavily DIY.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about the only way, and then it becomes a completely new set of nightmare. Power sound audio is, and some of the larger HSUs are going to be kind of the way to go.
Dollar per decibel, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
HSU and power sound audio, as far as buying a fully completed sub that you just plug in and play, they are the highest value that's out there. Like a VTF-15H, that's HSU's largest model, still not going to fill 11,000 cubic feet, unfortunately. Although it's not going to, that wouldn't be a terrible choice, but it's over his $800 budget anyway. The VTF-3 Mark V is only a small step down from that. Now, over the weekend, because he did email us, prior to the weekend, SVS did have their outlet sale for President's Day. You could actually get one of their Plus series models for, it was just shy of $1,000. That's in the same ballpark as like a VTF-3 Mark V in terms of output. The VTF-3 Mark V is a 15-inch sub with like a 600-watt amplifier. The PB12 Plus, is a 12-inch diameter driver with a, 1,000-watt amp or something like that. 800-watt amp, I think it is. Yeah. I think it's 800-watt amp. But in general, they're pretty close in terms of output anyway. So that, again, it wouldn't be a terrible choice. At least the Plus Series model, because it's so well protected, it's never going to be completely overdriven. But still not going to fully pressurize 11,000 plus cubic feet. So for this price range, you'd have to go DIY if you actually want to pressurize. But, like an SVS Plus series would not be terrible. The VTF-3 Mark V would not be terrible. Be okay.
He's strongly considering the SVS Prime series speakers. Would SVS offer a package deal that might allow him to, say, get a Plus series subwoofer instead of the PC 2000 for close to the same price? Nope. Would the Plus series model be better for his room size? We've already discussed that. And how does it compare compared to the HSU or power sound audio options? Again, you can call them and ask them if you can get the Prime speakers if they can give you a discount on whatever the Plus is, but it's not going to be close to the PC 2000 price. I mean, it's just
in price. Yeah, like I say, the outlet store is your best bet, because that's the biggest deals that you're going to get.
So,
well, Chris,
I'm not in love with this idea of having the Prime series speakers either, because if he's got this room this big, he's going to be sitting not close, and it's going to. I
not
mean,
necessarily. I mean, who knows? He might have a small theater area in a gigantic open concept.
That might be true, and if that's the case, then okay. But if it's not the case, then I would maybe steer you towards the Impression series speakers, because those can play loud, for sure, from EMP Tech. The Impression series speakers would be and I'm not saying that Prime series would be bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just a little hesitant. And if you're really wanting to upgrade, from your home theater in the box stuff, everything's going to sound better, but you might as well get the most bang for your buck you can. And getting the Impression Series speakers, I think, would be a very easy way for me, without knowing the dimensions of your listening space, for me to say, if you get those, I know you'll be able to put them anywhere you want in your room, and they'll still be able to play loud enough so that you'll be able to hear them.
I can get behind that. Yeah.
How would the Plus Series models be better? Would these be better for your room size? Rob already said so. How does it compare to the HSU or Power Sound audio options? Well, it compares to the HSU, like Rob just said, and Power Sound Audio has stuff that can crush this under its jackbooted heel. So
if you want to go that big, they got the options, that's for sure. But you're going up in price.
Yeah, you really. I know that you don't want to. I mean, we've had this podcast, Jay, many times where we've people have asked us questions and we've told them to spend less or no money. This is not the case going to be here with you. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, like we say, McMansion Chris, right? He's got his 10,000 cubic feet. He went for Plus Series models. He's like, still doesn't get quite as loud as he would ultimately like, but he appreciates that they're so well protected that at least they don't bottom out or distort when he pushes them as hard as they can go. So, it wouldn't be a terrible choice. I mean, it will, compared to your Yamaha home theater in a box subwoofer, it's going to be a more than night and day difference. Okay, so
more than night and day.
I'm not worried about.
It's going to be like Mars and Venus difference.
Yeah,
I mean? It's going to be significant, but. It's my wife and I have gone through this so many times, and I've mentioned this in the podcast so many times, but I'm going to say it again. So often we make a purchase and we buy just a little bit less than what we want and what we think we need because of price. Yeah. And how many times have we done that and then ended up regretting it afterwards? This is the precipice upon which you stand right now. If you get a PC 2000 subwoofer, it will be so much better than what you have, and you will be so happy with it for a while. And then there'll become the gnawing, slow realization as it washes over you that if you had only spent a couple of $100 more, or maybe $1,000 more, you would have had all the subwoofers you would have needed instead of these 1/2 subwoofers that just aren't doing it for you. Aren't doing enough for you.
One of the least expensive ones I would point you to that I would feel quite comfortable recommending for this room size would be Rhythmic's FV15HP. All right, that's their biggest ported subwoofer that they make. They have it listed at $1,338. That's including shipping. All right, so we're talking $550 more than what you wanted to spend in your budget.
I know.
But
it's a lot of money.
That's about the least expensive one I would actually feel comfortable saying, yeah, that can probably do quite well in your room size. And it's got output capability that exceeds the SVS 13 Ultras, right? And the 13 Ultras cost more than that. So that's what I mean. It's about the least expensive that's out there for a completed sub. Again, if you go DIY, things change. But he mentioned in his email he's not super keen on doing all the finishing and everything himself. So, which I'm the same way. I wouldn't want to spend all the time. I don't have the skill to finish
if you
a
would
raw
like
cabinet
to see
really nicely.
A subwoofer that looks absolutely like somebody made it in their garage, I can help you out with that.
Sure.
And that is not something that anybody should be proud of. But I could absolutely help you out with that, because it would be all of the awful. He does want to have 2 subwoofers eventually, but he can only afford to buy one right now. In fact, according to us, you can't even afford that yet. But go on. He does still have his Yamaha home theater box subwoofer. Is there any way to make use of that to eke out some more output?
No. God, no.
Excuse me. Absolutely not. Step away from that box.
Try.
Don't turn it on. Don't plug it in. It is dead to you. You put it in a closet someplace, or you sell it on eBay, or you throw it in the garbage. You don't ever plug it in this room again. Step away from that box. I'm being very serious here, sir. Don't you dare turn it on once you get another subwoofer. It's not going to be
the only thing it will do is distort horribly.
It will not horribly.
Size. That is all it will do. That will not help things sound better.
So he says, given that he has wide open space, are there any recommendations we have for the best locations for his dual, theoretically, in the future subwoofers? Yes, send us a layout.
And even then, if it's wide open, and he described it, there's hallways and odd-shaped rooms attached and everything. It's nigh unpredictable. I mean, there's almost no way you can predict a really irregularly shaped. The good news is, in a really large room, it matters a bit less, because you probably do have a dimension that exceeds 55 feet. That's going to help reduce the number of standing waves in a really large space that you're dealing with. So chances are placement isn't going to be as critical for you, but honestly, even if you sent us a layout, it's going to be kind of a matter of trial and error in your case.
And not only that, since this is, your living room, great room, whatever it is, you probably have maybe 3, possibly 5 locations you could put a sub in anyways.
Sure.
Try them out, see how it works, and go with that, because that's going to be really your options.
Yeah.
We're going to say, oh, you should put it here, here, and here, and you're like, that's the kitchen. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of shooting blind in a situation like this. Yeah.
He hasn't auditioned these speakers yet, but he has a list of potential candidates. Of course, you were talking about SVS. The Ascend, Aperion, Chain.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still a place?
Formerly Chase. Remember them?
Oh no! Don't send them money.
They've changed their name again.
Don't send them money.
Don't
send them money.
You know why they changed their name again? Because they had debtors coming after them. They're like, bankrupt. Right. Oh, back in business.
If you would like to just give your money to somebody, give it to us. We'll be happy to take it. We'll give you something. We'll give you advice. They're just going to take your money and promise you things, like speakers, that they will never send to you. Do not send it to them. All right, onwards. ELAC, Emotiva, EMP Tech, and SVS. I already suggested EMP Tech. You've already talked about SVS. Of course, Rob's got HSU on the brain always. Aperion Audio is a great choice. Chain is a ripoff. ELAC is fine. There's nothing wrong with ELAC. We've got listeners on here who have liked them and been real happy with them.
Mm-hmm.
So Emotiva, I guess the Air Motive ones is the ones he's talking about.
A little bit tough to drive. So if you got beefy amps, they got the output capability, but they're a little bit tough to drive.
I wonder why the amplifier company made speakers that are a little bit tough to drive. Let's all try to figure out the marketing plan on that one. So all of these are great choices. All of them are great choices, except for Chain, which is clearly just a money. It's just a white.
They're like the new AV123.
They really are, except that no one's gone to jail yet. That dude went to jail, right? I think he did. Yeah, he went to jail.
That's AV123 we're talking about.
AV123 guy, Shifty Shifter, went to jail.
No, I kind of agree with Tom's original feeling on this, which was EMP Tech is going to be a real nice choice here. So
it's going to give you the best, the easiest way, and plus they're good looking. Good way to place them and not have to worry about how far away you're sitting, at least for right now. All of these are fine choices, but EMP Tech, Aperion too, because they can handle quite a bit of power as well.
Yeah, and Ascend's CMT 340s, they can handle lots of power and play loud. Yeah. They're probably the least pretty.
So he asks, is there anything on that list that immediately jump out as something he should eliminate from consideration? Everybody say it together. Chain. Yeah. Are there any that are clearly head and shoulders above the others? I don't know if I'd say head and shoulders, but I would say by a nose, the EMP Tech ones seem to, at least for Rob and I,
agreed,
have a little bit of it. And plus they're pretty. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.